A short distance from the historical city lies the Venice of the Lagoon and its islands. It is a Venice where nature dominates, but where traces of history recount the very origins of the city, its furthest past. The ferryboat is the ideal means of getting to the islands. The lagoon is a complex and diverse world, an expanse of water that contains mysterious and unique features that are fully known only by the fishermen, the lagoon's inhabitants. Numerous islands, big and small, make this ecosystem one of a kind. The lagoon is a wide expanse of water and half-submerged land, where the landscape changes with the ebb and flow of the tide. Traditional boats can always be found on its waters, whose colors mix with those of the sky, land, and those of the buildings of the city. Venetian island of Murano has been home to Venice's glassmaking industry since 1291. Glass manufacturing at the artisan level has not changed with the passage of time. Its unique shapes are created by blowing the glass by mouth, following Murano's ancient traditions. No more advanced techniques have been invented beyond the pipe used to blow glass. The result depends above all upon the skill and artistic taste of the artisan glassmaker. The origins of the glassmaking arts in Venice date back before the end of the first millennium. Archaeological excavations have brought to light fragments indicating the presence of such activity on the island of Murano as early as the 7th century AD. Out of Murano's furnaces came every kind of glass product, which were prized all over Europe for their extreme refinement. Their beauty was such that they were immortalized in the works of the greatest Venetian artists. Today, the island of Murano is an important tourist attraction for those visiting the Venice area. Church of Saints Mary and Donatus in Murano is an important site of worship and one of the lagoon's finest examples of Romanesque architecture. On the exterior, the arched loggias and the double band decorated with triangles participate in exalting the contrast in color between the red brick and the white marble. Another important island in the lagoon is Burano, a typical fishing community built on four of the lagoon's small islands which are connected to each other by bridges. The main features of the island is its multicolored houses, a tradition that may have arisen as a response to the area's humid and misty climate, dense with the fog so common to the lagoon. Another explanation is that the different colors of the houses, which have by now become the characteristic feature of the island, once served to delimit properties. The white squares of doors and windows stand out against the house's colored walls, while sheets hung out to dry flutter in the wind. The small island seems to have preserved its rhythms and traditions untouched by time. Burano's particular atmosphere comes from the uniqueness of its setting, from the intimate connection between its inhabitants and the lagoon. Commercial fishing activity and of course that of tourism, the island's economy is linked above all to the extremely ancient tradition of lace making. Galuppi Square with its shops where the art of lace making can be watched. In Venice, lace making began to be practiced during the Renaissance. It was initially the pastime of noblewomen, and then expanded to the other social classes. Lace making requires more than 6 distinct steps that usually were and still are carried out by different people. Historically, lace appeared in Venice in the 15th century and is first documented in a painting by Carpaccio. The extraordinary cultural wealth of Venice and its lagoon has been preserved over the centuries in its sumptuous palaces and monuments, and the traditions of its canals and islands.